Okay, children, a very good morning to all of you. In the last class, we had completed your profit, loss, and discount. Today, let us discuss a new chapter, that is compound interest. Children, compound interest is completely a new chapter for you because we have never read compound interest. In simple interest, we have read in class 5, 7. We have already read. We know what is simple interest. What is the formula for simple interest? How to find simple interest? Okay, so the terms, different terms connected with simple interest are your principal. Principal means your sum. What is principal? You know, principal or sum means what? Whatever money is borrowed from the bank. We borrow something. If we borrow some amount from the bank, it is the principal. We take a loan. We borrow borrow money, or we deposit some money in the bank. And why do we deposit money in the bank? To get interest. Okay, so when we keep something in the bank, some amount in the bank, some principal or some in the bank, after some time, after a particular time period, we get some interest, extra money, interest. You know what is principal, what is interest, what is rate of interest, etc. And the formula for simple interest also, P into R into T by 100. Okay, principal into rate into time divided by 100. That is the formula for your simple interest. And you know how to calculate the amount. It is the sum of principal and simple interest, P plus SI. These are the things which we have already read in junior classes. But here we will discuss what is compound interest. See, and then we will differentiate between compound interest and simple interest. Okay, to introduce you the concept of compound interest, let me give one example. Suppose you borrowed, suppose 10,000 rupees. Suppose you borrow a sum of 10,000 rupees from the bank. Okay, suppose a person borrowed a sum of rupees 10,000 from the bank, and for 1 year, okay, for 1 year he borrowed this much money from the bank. Time is 1 year, see children, 1 year. And at what rate? Suppose he borrowed at 6% per annum, PA. At 6% per annum, suppose a person borrowed rupees 10,000 from the bank for 1 year, and he promised to pay the amount to the bank after 1 year. Then after 1 year, how much he will pay? So we have to calculate the interest. You see, the simple interest, let us see. Simple interest will be P into R into T by 100. So it is 10,000, you see, into 1 into 6 divided by 100. You calculate 0, 0, 0, 0. So it will be 600. 100 into 6 here, 600 simple interest. That means this much amount, you see, this much amount, that is P plus SI. Okay, P plus SI means it is 10,000 plus 600. So the man has to give 10,600 rupees to the bank to clear the loan. Okay, if he pays this much amount, 10,600 to the bank, then his loan will be cleared. But due to some reason, suppose he could not pay this amount to the bank. Okay, if he is not able to pay this amount to the bank, and he said to the bank that yes, I will pay the amount, I will clear the loan in the next year. Okay, after another year, that means after second year. Okay, he will clear the loan to the bank. So definitely the bank will charge interest for another year. For the second year also, the bank will charge interest from the person. Do you think that it will leave the interest to the person who had taken the loan? Clearly no. So the bank will charge interest for the second year to the person. Now the point is, when the bank will charge interest for the second year, it will be on what principal amount? Do you think that it will be on the principal amount 10,000? That means the interest for the second year, do you think that it will be calculated on this principal, or it will be calculated on this amount? It will be clearly on this amount. Okay, the bank will charge the same interest, 6%, the same rate of interest. The same rate of interest, 6%, will be charged on this amount, thus this principal, not this one. That means the bank will charge 6% rate of interest on rupees 10,600 for the second year. So what will be the interest for the second year? Let us see. Now the interest for, this is the interest for first year. You see, this is the interest for first year. It got added to the principal, and you got the amount for the second year. Okay, amount after 1 year. Amount after first year is 10,600, and this amount after first year will become the principal for the second year. This amount after first year will become principal for second year. You see. So principal for second year P2. Suppose symbol is P2. P2 is how much? It will be 10,600. Okay, rupees. And now the bank will charge interest on this much principal for the second year. If the man is not able to clear the loan after first year, then in the second year the interest will be charged on this principal, this amount, which is the amount after first year, or it is the principal for the second year. Then let us find out what interest the bank will charge on the man in the second year. So interest for second year, you see. Now interest for second year. So interest for second year, suppose it is I2 or SI2, whatever you write. It will be same formula, P into R into T. But P, what will be the value of P? This will be the value of P. 10,600 into rate is 6, time is 1. Second year means 1 year. Okay. First year already calculation over. It is 100, you see. 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. So now you multiply 6, 6 is 36, 3, 6. You see 636. This will be the interest for the second year. This will be the interest for the second year. Then what will be the amount after second year? So amount A2. This is amount after second year. The amount after second year will be this principal plus interest, that is 10,600 plus 636, you see. That means 632, you see. 636 is 12. Carry 1, it is 11. 11,236, you see. Now this will be the final amount, you see. This much final amount the man has to clear the bank in order to clear the loan. So now tell me, this is the amount after second year. Then what interest he gave? What interest he gave to the bank after 2 years? Then definitely the interest will be, you see, interest will be 11,236 minus amount minus principal. The formula for interest is amount minus principal. And this is the amount after 2 years, second year. After the second year, this is the amount. And what was the principal? The initial principal was 10,000, you see. It's 10,000. So that means 1,236. This is the interest he paid, you see. This is the interest. This much amount he paid towards interest to the bank. Okay. Now children, this 1,236, do you think this interest is the simple interest on this 10,000 rupees for 2 years at 6% per annum? The answer is clearly no. It is compound interest. Because you see, if you calculate the simple interest, let us calculate the simple interest. The same amount, P is 10,000, you see, P is 10,000, time will be 2 years because he is clearing the loan after 2 years, and rate is given how much? 6% per annum. So you see, the simple interest will be equal to 10,000 into 2 into 6. Rate is 6, time is 2 years, and it is 100. You see, 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. It is 1,200. See children, the simple interest on this sum for 2 years at 6% per annum is 1,200. But the compound interest, look at the compound interest on this same amount, same sum, same principal, that is 10,000 for 2 years at 6% per annum is 1,236 rupees. That means in this case 236 rupees extra more money or amount is being taken or charged by the bank on the man. Okay. So here the person is paying more interest to the bank than the simple interest. So this is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. You see. Now children, so what is compound interest? How to understand? That means what difference did you notice? We noticed one thing, that there is a difference in interest, compound interest and simple interest. But why? What is the reason? What is the cause? What is the cause due to which there is a difference in interest? In compound interest we are paying more to the bank, or bank is paying more to us, whatever the case may be. Okay. So, in compound interest and simple interest, what is the difference? In compound interest, see children, what we did for the first year, we found the interest, it is how much? 600, we added it to the principal. We got amount. The amount after first year it became the principal for the second year. Okay, and for second year the principal becomes how much? 10,600. Again we calculated the interest for the second year. Okay, that means in compound interest the interest gets added to the principal every year. That means the principal changes. You see, the first year the principal was 10,000, but look at when we calculated the interest for the second year, what is the principal or the sum? It is 10,600, not 10,000. That means in compound interest, the principal or the sum changes every year. Every year it changes. That means every year you have to calculate the interest, you have to add it to the principal. Whatever amount is obtained, that will be the principal for the next year. So every year the principal amount or the sum changes in compound interest, but in simple interest it does not change. It remains the same. Whatever amount we keep or deposit in the bank, that is the principal. That principal remains the same for how long you may keep the money in the bank. Okay, so principal does not change in what? Simple interest. But the principal amount, principal or sum, it changes in compound interest. So this is what the concept of compound interest is. And see, in this particular example what I discussed, I calculated the compound interest, you see, using what? Following the unitary method. This is unitary method or formula, by using formula for what? Simple interest. Okay. So the compound interest, it can be calculated two ways. One is by unitary method. Okay, every year you will count the interest, you will add it to the principal, you will get the amount after the end of the year, that will become the principal for the next year. Then again you calculate the interest for that particular year, add it to the principal, you will get the amount for the next year, which will be the principal for that particular year. In this way it will continue. Okay, every year the principal will change and you will. So this is what your unitary method of calculating what? Compound interest. Other than using unitary method, also we can use formula. There are formulae to calculate compound interest. How it is calculated we will discuss in the next class. What is the formula? Formula for calculating compound interest we will discuss in the next class. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of compound interest what I discussed now. We will discuss more about it in the next class. Thank you.